the task is pretty cut and dry, right? Just watch this movie, Hidden Figures, and I encourage you to always that whenever you're watching something for purposes of writing about it or analyzing it, it's always a good idea to have notepad and pen nearby, so that you can just be kind of noting little moments throughout. As I was watching this movie, I was just like, oh, perfect, 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 perfect. This is that, this is that, this is that, this is that. I wasn't writing anything down, but a lot of stuff stuck with me. And some of that's on the assignment description. So I would probably suggest maybe going back and watch it once, just sort of freely, and then watch it again after maybe having gone through Burke. Go back through the Burke reading, go back through the Burke video on the definition of man, on the clauses. And what you're looking for is to find these insights from Burke playing out in the story. And they're there. They're all over the place, and then some, right? So this is a very rich text, this film. So I'm only asking you to work with 3 of his 5 clauses. You can choose whichever ones you think are most relevant or most interesting and engaging. And there's, like I said, there's lots and lots that you can draw out using the clauses. And so it's, I think it's a pretty standard kind of assignment in terms of take this text and analyze this film using these concepts and ideas, right? But it's more than just Burke says technology here and they say technology in the movie. So there you go. It's more about understanding Burke's insights and then showing how they're playing out in particular ways within the movie. The reading that was really buzzing in my brain was the Virginia Woolf essay, that whole business about structure and subjectivity. And just to kind of throw out one obvious but key example is this business of bathrooms, right? And, the woman who gets to work alongside the sort of the elite team that's trying to figure out launch trajectories and all that, African-American woman, and there's no bathroom available for her, right, in the building that she's in. So she has to take her stuff and run across, to another building, and it takes 20 minutes, and there's rain, and she's dropping stuff, and it's chaos, and people are getting frustrated. Where are you? And so this is one of those kinds of examples where you could easily sort of play that out. If we were using Virginia Woolf, which we're not. She's just sort of there to, I think, help understand and sort of illuminate some of the central dynamics in terms of subjectivity and structure and opportunity and inclusion and access and prohibition and so on. As I was watching this movie, I was just thinking wow, everything Herrick's chapter on, critical cultural stuff is everywhere. And so I think you could really get in here and play around fruitfully, and that's the hope. So as with the other papers, it's just 3 pages, and I'm looking for just, again, those 3 clauses. So you choose which clause you want to sort of talk about in reference to the film, and then just do as good a job as you can in terms of establishing what those clauses are and what they mean. Even though I've given you the video explaining the clauses, the whole point is for you to be able to explain them back, right? And so sort of show your knowledge of the concepts in Burke, and to do that by first talking about kind of Burke's sort of invocation of these ideas, sort of ground the ideas in Burke, and then to show how they're operating in the movie, right? And so just to kind of a little hint here, when he says, first clause, man is the symbol-using, symbol-making, symbol-misusing animal. If you think about numbers as symbols, then things open up quite a bit, because there's a lot of numbers in this movie. The whole business of technology and separation from ourselves is key, and there's all kinds of stuff. So I'm hoping you're able to have some fun with this and to really see these ideas throbbing within this film, and to be able to to say some interesting things about it. So I've provided the IMDb page so you can get all the information you want about the movie and its creators and all that. I believe it is free if you have a Hulu subscription, which I do not. I rented it through Apple last night. If you're struggling to access the movie, I don't want that $4 or $3.99 price tag to be a structural impediment. If that's a struggle for you, please reach out, figure out a way to get you the movie. Usually students have kind of like DL knowledge about being able to watch movies streaming online for free. If you have that kind of information, don't tell me about it. I don't want to know, but usually students have ways of watching movies that are clever. They're clever. So hopefully it's not too much of a struggle for you to watch the movie. I looked for it on our library website. We do actually have streaming videos through our library's website, but it's not there, at least not yet. So we have to go through one of the platforms. But yeah, if that's a problem, do reach out and we'll figure it out. What else? So yeah, my suggestion would be to spend some time, watch the movie, watch it more than once if you can, take notes, and then just be thinking about Burke, the clauses, the movie, and then start composing your analysis, and that's the end of it. You have until the 15th of May, so you've got over 2 weeks to write 3 pages. Should be plenty of time. And if you want to get it done sooner, if you want to get it just sort of done and out of the way, the portal is available for you to upload it. I'm trying to be as flexible as possible here with your constraints that you might be under. So I guess that's it. I had some fun thinking this through. I enjoyed watching the movie last night, and I hope that you also, are able to have some fun watching it and writing it. And I look forward to your analysis. I do obviously need to finish now grading the second paper, so that's coming up next. Try to get that done by the end of the week so that you know where you're at going into the final. A note on grading. I might need to send out a separate email, but it's going to be tricky to calculate your grades if you look through the columns in the grade book. It's been difficult for me to. It's kind of technical, but like the tests are only worth. The first one was worth 30 points, the second one was worth 10 points, and the third one is worth 30 points. But what I like to do is to have the percentages featured on, so you know what percentage you got, so you can sort of easily understand your grade. But in terms of the overall value of that assignment in the context of the class, there's a weirdness with, and it's not even both classes, so there's a little inconsistency. But if you see the number 100 points under one of those last few tests, then you're going to have some weirdness in terms of how your grades are able to be calculated. So what I have to do is I have to take your percentage grade and I have to take it from 100 points down to 10, right? And so if you try to calculate based on the point totals in the grade book right now, you're going to come up with some weird numbers. So if you're struggling to know like where you're at, we're going to probably have to cycle back and address this issue. It's usually around now that students start reaching out saying, hey, I want to know where I'm at. I want to try to figure out, calculate. So I'll probably need to send a separate email on how to do that. But basically it's like, if the test is out of 100, it should be out of 10. So you got to like reduce it down 90 points essentially. I'm no math wizard, but there's some fairly easy ways to do this, which I can help you with. All right, so I'll shut up. Hopefully this is a little bit of additional help with how to think about the assignment. And there you go, gang. Enjoy, good luck, and we're almost there. Hang in.